The laughter stopped the moment her sleeve rolled up, and the ghost on her arm began to speak without words. They thought she was just another quiet woman filling up her tank on a dusty highway afternoon. But when the sun hit her arm and the scar beneath her tattoo came into view, the roar of engines fell silent. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. It started at a gas station on the outskirts of El Paso. Four bikers in leather jackets leaned against their roaring Harleys, tossing insults like cigarette ash. "Hey, sweetheart," one sneered. "Those boots Army issue. Or just for show." The others laughed, sharp, echoing sounds that sliced through the warm desert air. The woman ignored them at first. She tightened the nozzle, the hum of the pump drowning out their voices. But when one of them stepped closer, brushing his boot against her motorcycle, her hand froze. A gust of wind lifted her sleeve, revealing the edge of a deep, jagged scar that ran down her forearm, and above it a faint tattoo, a ghost with wings and an old military insignia beneath. "Yo, look at that," the leader chuckled. "She got herself a spooky little mark, huh? What's that supposed to mean?" Her voice came calm, almost quiet. "It means you don't know what you're laughing at." The oldest biker smirked, leaning in close enough to smell the gasoline on her jacket. "Why don't you enlighten us then, soldier girl?" For a moment everything went still, the kind of stillness that happens right before a storm. She turned, her eyes reflecting something both broken and unyielding. "That ghost," she said softly, "is for the ones who didn't make it back." The men went silent. But pride's a stubborn thing. One of them spat near her boots. "You think that scar makes you special?" Her knuckles tightened, a flicker of memory flashed. A night in Afghanistan, the explosion, the dust, the screams. Her best friend, Corporal Mendez, pulling her out of the wreckage before vanishing in the flames. The ghost tattoo wasn't just ink, it was a promise. She exhaled slowly. "No," she said. "It reminds me I was lucky. They weren't." The crowd had grown. Two truckers, a mother with a child, a man in uniform, watching from across the pumps. Nobody spoke. The tension was heavy, thick with unspoken history. Then, out of nowhere, one of the bikers recognized the insignia beneath the tattoo, the outline of the 3rd Special Forces Group. His smirk vanished. "Wait, you served in Kandahar," he muttered. She nodded once. The air changed instantly. The leader's face dropped, his hand trembling just slightly. "My brother, he was there," he whispered. "He never made it home." Her eyes softened, not with pity, but understanding. "Then you know why I wear this," she said, tracing the ghost with her finger. "Not for fear. For memory." The silence that followed wasn't empty, it was full of something raw and human. The gang's arrogance melted into something close to respect. The leader removed his shades, looked at her scar again, and said, "Didn't mean to." She cut him off gently. "You didn't know. Most people don't." For a moment nobody moved. Then she placed her helmet on, the sunlight glinting off the ghost on her arm. "Take care of each other out there," she said, starting her bike. As she rode off, the dust rose behind her like smoke from an unseen battlefield. The leader of the bikers stood still, eyes following her, until she vanished over the ridge. He didn't laugh again. Not that day. Not after realizing ghosts don't always haunt. Sometimes, they protect. Because courage doesn't boast, it remembers, it heals, and it forgives. And sometimes, the quietest scars carry the loudest stories. If this story moved you, take a second to hit subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing what these stories mean to you, because every story we tell keeps one more memory alive.